From the dawn of consciousness, humans have gazed at the stars and pondered their place in the cosmos. We are driven by curiosity, seeking answers to fundamental questions. What is the nature of reality? What is truth, and can we grasp it? The pursuit of knowledge has captivated us for millennia. For every answer, new questions arise. The ancient Greeks grappled with truth through reason and logic. Socrates declared, "The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing." The more we learn, the more we realize how much remains unknown. The scientific revolution brought empirical observation and experimentation. We have made incredible strides in understanding the universe. Yet, there are limits to what we can know. Our models and theories provide approximations of reality. The pursuit of truth is an ongoing journey. It demands humility. Acknowledging our understanding is always open to revision. To what extent can we trust our own perceptions of the world? Epistemology, the branch of philosophy that deals with the nature of knowledge, grapples with this fundamental question. It explores the relationship between the knower and the known, examining the processes by which we acquire and validate knowledge. One of the key insights of epistemology is that knowledge is not simply a passive reflection of an objective reality. Rather, our minds actively construct our understanding of the world based on our sensory experiences, prior knowledge, and cognitive biases. This means that our perceptions are inherently subjective, shaped by our individual perspectives and experiences. What one person perceives as a clear truth, another may interpret entirely differently. Consider the classic example of color perception. The way we perceive color is influenced by the physiology of our eyes, the way our brains process visual information, and even cultural factors. While we can agree on the names of colors, our subjective experiences of those colors may differ significantly. Our senses, while remarkable in their ability to gather information from the environment, are nonetheless limited in their scope. We can only perceive a narrow band of the electromagnetic spectrum, missing out on the vast majority of light waves that surround us. Similarly, our hearing is restricted to a limited range of frequencies, leaving us deaf to the ultrasonic calls of bats and the infrasonic rumbles of earthquakes. These limitations mean that our sensory experiences provide only a partial glimpse of the full spectrum of reality. Furthermore, our senses can be easily deceived. Optical illusions demonstrate how our brains can be tricked into perceiving things that are not actually there or misinterpreting the information they receive. Consider the phenomenon of pareidolia, where we see familiar patterns, such as faces, in random or meaningless stimuli. This tendency highlights how our brains are wired to find meaning and order in the world, even when it may not exist. Our perceptions, therefore, are not always reliable representations of reality, but are shaped by a complex interplay of sensory input, cognitive processing, and subjective interpretation. Section 4. Quantum quandaries. The development of quantum mechanics in the 20th century revolutionized our understanding of the universe at its most fundamental level. It revealed a realm of reality that is inherently uncertain and probabilistic, challenging our classical intuitions about the nature of causality and determinism. One of the most profound implications of quantum mechanics is the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, which states that there are fundamental limits to the precision with which certain pairs of physical properties can be known simultaneously. For example, the more precisely we measure the position of a particle, the less precisely we can know its momentum, and vice versa. This uncertainty is not simply a matter of our measurement techniques being imperfect. It is an inherent feature of the quantum world. This principle has profound implications for our understanding of knowledge. It suggests that there are inherent limits to what we can know about the universe, even in principle. The act of observation itself can influence the system being observed, making it impossible to separate the observer from the observed. This fundamental uncertainty challenges the notion of an objective reality that exists independent of the observer. Section 5. The language barrier. Language is our primary tool for communication, for sharing our thoughts, ideas, and experiences with others. Yet language itself can also be a barrier to understanding, creating the illusion of clarity where there is ambiguity and obscuring the nuances of complex concepts. Words are inherently limited in their ability to capture the full richness of our experiences. When we attempt to describe something as subjective as our perception of color or the feeling of love, we are forced to rely on metaphors and analogies that can never fully encapsulate the essence of what we are trying to convey. Furthermore, language is constantly evolving, with words taking on new meanings and connotations over time. This fluidity can lead to misunderstandings and misinterpretations, particularly when communicating across cultures or historical periods. The words we use today may not carry the same weight or evoke the same associations as they did for people in the past. Even within a single language, there can be subtle differences in interpretation based on regional dialects, social backgrounds, and personal experiences. These variations in understanding highlight the importance of clear communication, active listening, and a willingness to acknowledge the limitations of language in conveying absolute truth. Section 6. Embracing the unknown. Given the inherent limitations of our senses, the subjectivity of our perceptions, and the constraints imposed by the nature of language and the quantum world, can we ever truly know the truth? Perhaps the answer lies not in seeking definitive answers, but in embracing the beauty of uncertainty. The realization that there are limits to our knowledge should not be seen as a source of despair or disillusionment. On the contrary, it can be a source of wonder and inspiration, driving us to explore new frontiers of knowledge and challenge our assumptions about the world. The pursuit of knowledge is not a linear path leading to a final destination, but rather an ongoing journey of discovery and exploration. It is a process of constantly refining our understanding, questioning our assumptions, and embracing the unknown. The very act of asking questions, of seeking answers, is what makes us human. It is this insatiable curiosity that has driven progress throughout history, leading to countless scientific breakthroughs, technological advancements, and artistic masterpieces. Section 7. The Journey's Worth. In the grand tapestry of the cosmos, our individual lives may seem fleeting and insignificant, yet within each of us lies the capacity for boundless wonder and the potential for profound understanding. The pursuit of truth is not merely an intellectual exercise, but a journey of self-discovery, a quest to make sense of our place in the universe and to appreciate the beauty and complexity of the world around us. While we may never possess absolute truth, the journey itself is what gives our lives meaning and purpose. It is the pursuit of knowledge, the constant striving to learn and grow, that enriches our experiences and expands our horizons. So embrace the uncertainty, revel in the mystery. For it is in the unknown that we find the greatest opportunities for discovery and the most profound reminders of the vastness of the universe and the boundless potential of the human spirit. The journey itself is the destination, and the pursuit of truth in all its messy and imperfect glory is what makes life worth living.